We're going to go to the first call right now. Hello, you're on the radio.
Well, good afternoon.
Hey, how are you?
Yes, I'm removing my condition, and they've asked for something like a lease. However, my wife, she owned her own home before we got married. How do I explain this?
Wait, I say that again. You're removing the conditions of your permanent residence, and what's the problem?
Yeah, they're asking for like a lease arrangement.
A lease
But,
arrangement? So do you live with your wife?
But she owned her own house from prior to us getting married.
So then
So how do I explain this?
well, you explained that my wife owned her house before we got married, and I lived there, and here's the proof that I live here.
Hold on, brother. Let me hang up and listen on the radio.
Okay, fine. All right.
problem.
All right. All right.
Okay. Right.
When immigration asks you for a whole bunch of documents, there's no one document. Well, maybe in certain circumstances, like a joint tax return is going to be a document that's going to be lethal, meaning you're not coming in with joint tax returns, you're going to have a big problem. But short of joint tax returns, all the other documentation that you're going to bring in is like a soup of documents, okay? Every document on a list you don't have to have, as long as you have an explanation why you don't have that document, okay? There's no law that says if you don't have a signed lease with your wife, you can't get a green card or can't prove it's a real marriage. But what they want to see is that you have a joint economic relationship. So having a lease together would be a joint economic relationship. So why wouldn't you have a lease together? Well, my wife owned the house before we got married, and I moved in there. But here's some other proof that I moved in with my wife into the house that she owns, which is XYZ. And quite frankly, if the woman owns a house, okay, she probably, makes a decent enough living that if I'm the immigration officer, I'm going to say, why would this woman accept money from this person to get married?
Right.
Right?
Very interesting.
So,
It's one of those things.
yeah. But so you don't have a lease, you just explain it. But come in, but make sure you have other documentation. Maybe you have pictures together with friends and family. Maybe you have bank account together. Maybe you have life insurance together. Maybe you have credit cards together.
There will be proof.
Right, but there'll be other proof.
Right.
All right?
All right. Once again, folks, this is the Immigration Link. Call Brad Bernstein's office right now. 1-800-522-0804. What are you waiting for? The laws to change? 1-800-522-0804. Make sure you call right now. Brad Bernstein, of course, is going to take care of you, bring your entire family, go into his office, sit down, ask him all the questions about you getting a green card, you becoming a citizen, you fighting deportation. It's got to be Brad Bernstein. 1-800-522-0804. Let's take another call. Caller, how are you?
Hello?
Yes, sir. What's your question for Brad Bernstein, the attorney?
Yeah, I just want to know the waiting time. When you have a conditional green card and you're going to renew it, what's the waiting time?
What is the waiting time to renew your green card?
When you a conditional green card.
A conditional green
right.
card,
So you're
yes.
going to file the I-751. When you file the I-751, about 3 to 4 weeks later, you're going to get a notice back from immigration extending your green card for 1 year, which would be your travel, your work, your everything. Now, one of three things could happen. One, they can look at all the documentation and approve you in 3 months. Two, they could look at the documentation, send you what's called a request for further evidence. And if they're going to do that, meaning that they're not satisfied with the documentation you submitted, that could be 6 to 9 months. Or if they're going to interview you, it could be well over a year. So it depends on which position immigration is going to take with your application. So, I've seen without even an RFE, which is a request for further evidence, it could be as short as 3 months. But if you're going to be interviewed, it could be well over a year.
Absolutely.
But your green card is extended this whole time, so.
Hold on. I didn't hear it. This short time, what? 2 to 6 months, did they say?
3 to 6 months if you're not going to get an interview, over a year if you're going to get an interview.
3 to 6 months.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's assuming you're not going to get an interview.
But you know what I want to say, brother? Let me ask you this. Are you going to do this yourself or are you going to go see Brad?
Huh?
Are you going to do this yourself or are you going to see Brad?
No, I've tried to see it already, but I'm just waiting on them.
Oh, you're just waiting on it. So you already came... Dude, what are you doing, man? You already went to see Brad. You can just pick up the phone and call Brad's office. You don't have to call a radio show. Don't let me come out there to you, man. You can just call Brad's office and ask him. You are a client of his. All right?
All right, please.
All right, respect. Everyone else, call Brad Bernstein at 1-800-522-0804. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you have no green card, if you are out of status, if you're undocumented, if you are in deportation, if you want to fight deportation, that's the reason why we go with the power company. Brad Bernstein, located at 225 Broadway. Call Brad Bernstein right now. His office is 800-522-0804. This is your immigration link powered by Spar & Bernstein. Remember, this is an attorney advertising brought to you, of course, by the law offices of Spar & Bernstein. And prior results do not guarantee a future outcome. Call this number, 1-800-522-0804.